today I'm going to be talking about 3 of the most important things that I have learned about making your reads last longer, sound better, and just play more consistently. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like content like this and you want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe to my channel down below. All right, now reads. It's incredibly important for the longevity and consistency of your reads that you break them in gradually and rotate through them so you aren't playing on the same read every single day constantly. How many reads you're rotating through at once will largely depend on just how much you're playing. When I was in graduate school, focusing on a music performance degree, I had anywhere between 15 to 25 alto saxophone reads and about 10 to 15 soprano saxophone reads that I was rotating through at any given time. Back when I was in high school, playing during band class and a little bit of practice after school, I maybe had 4 to 8 reads that I was rotating through at any given time, which is typically what I advise my high school students to do now. When I was younger and the repertoire I was playing demanded way less of me, haphazardly breaking in my reads and rotating them allowed me to get enough out of them that I was relatively happy. As time went on, however, and repertoire started demanding more out of me in my playing, things like extreme altissimo, circular breathing, incredibly fast articulation, I became increasingly frustrated with how few reads that were even remotely playable came out of each box of reads. You can ask my friends and teachers. I'm sure they remember plenty of me complaining about my reads. The way that this would happen is that reads would sound pretty good out of the box, but by the 3rd or 4th time that I played them, it would often feel tubby, stuffy, and just generally not good. After some reed and mouthpiece experimentation in between my undergraduate and graduate degrees, I started to realize that my biggest issue was actually just allowing too high a percentage of my reads to warp during the break-in process. This leads me to my 3 most important pieces of advice that I've picked up along the way when it comes to maintaining your reads to help them last longer and play more consistently. Number 1, certainly not the first thing that I learned, but potentially the most important, was to be more patient with the break-in process of my reads. When I was younger, during high school and my undergraduate degree, I would play on each read for maybe 10 minutes before putting it right back into the case and putting it away for the day, and then I would take it out the next day and do the same thing. By playing on the reed too much early on in its lifespan, the reed would become oversaturated with moisture and start to have less clear of a sound as the reed's lifespan continued. Now, when I'm breaking in a group of reads, I don't play on each read for more than 60 seconds that first day, followed by 2 minutes the second day, 3 minutes the third, 4 minutes the fourth, and so on, for about a week to 10 days. From there, once a read feels stable and is broken in, I'll keep each playing session on a single read to no longer than about 30 minutes. I found that any longer than 30 minutes, even on my best read, will result in the read feeling waterlogged or almost dead. And keeping it to about 30 minutes or less will help the read sound good for longer and just generally last longer overall. All right, this next piece of advice may vary in importance depending on what your home climate is like. As someone who lives in the Midwest, where temperature can shift from 30 to 40 degrees between days, storing my reads in a relatively controlled environment is vitally important. What I do is use an airtight Pelican case with a small humidifier or humidity pack that will help regulate the humidity inside of the case. Right now, it's just a Boveda humidity pack, similar to the packs you might find with the D'Addario reed cases that come with them. You can also use something as simple as a Tupperware container or plastic bag with a sponge in it to seal your reeds in. This won't make it perfect, but it will minimize the damage that huge shifts in temperature and climate will do to your reeds. If you live somewhere where the climate is pretty similar year-round, this may not be that big of a deal to you. But if you live in the Midwest, you know the value of a good reed case. The final piece of advice I have for you is to let your reeds dry a little bit before you store them, especially early on in the break-in process. Additionally, make sure to choose reed cases that allow your reeds to breathe a little bit while they're stored and have minimal contact points with the reed. During the break-in process of my reeds, I will typically allow them to dry out a little bit upside down before I put them back in the box. This allows the back of the reed to air out and has resulted in me dealing with warpage of my reeds way less. The reed cases that I use and have had good results with are the Van Doren Hygro case, the Diodario cases, as well as just the plastic cases that come with the reeds in the box of my Van Doren reeds. They might seem overly simple, but each little case has ridges that raise the reed up and allow the bottom of the reed to breathe while it's airing out. I hope you found this video helpful. If there are any techniques that you use that work great for you, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I always love learning new things about reed care or anything else saxophone related. Again, if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to like the video and click subscribe below. And have a great day. Thank you.